Okay guys, welcome to the channel. So I thought today, like I said, I told you guys that I was going to explain how I crashed and how it happened. So before I do that, I hope you guys enjoyed my last video. There is more to come. Eventually I will probably go to a car meet or a car cruise eventually, but for now we're probably just going to be doing moto vlogs. So before I get into it, this is when I was taking the MSF course, the motorcycle safety course. I went to the one in ᴄᴅᴜ. It was the closest one because it was only about 30 minutes away versus going to Phoenix and everywhere else like a whole hour. So this is the second day. I was the last day of the class. There's only 2 days. It's on a Saturday and Sunday. And Saturday, you know, it's practically basic steps, how to, it doesn't even matter if you're been riding or have your, you can, first of all, you can take your own bike or you can use one of their bikes. I forgot what they're called. They're like some little, they look like Harleys, but they're not Harleys. I don't know what they are. There are some supermotos, one sport bike, and then there's also what else did they have? Supermoto. I think I want to say someone had a scooter, it looks like. So you can take your own. So when I went, the second time I went, I had my sport bike, and then there was like 3 guys, they had guams. So you can take anything practically. So anyway, it's a 2-day course on a weekend, Saturday and Sunday. So Saturday, it's practically the basics. You go in the classroom one time, no test or anything, but you go in the bathroom classroom one time, and practically what it is that the first day they're showing you how to turn on the bike, where the turn signals are, how to go in first gear, second gear, downshift, and downshift again, neutral. That's practically the whole course, how to turn. Then the second course is a half day. So the first course maybe it's like 8 hours maybe, and then the second course will be a half day and your final test, and the test is in front of everybody. If you drop your bike, you know, if you drop your bike, it's an automatic fail. If you anything about dropping or crashing is a fail. You can fail by other stuff if you don't do it correctly, but that's the main fail of everything. So that's that. And the first time I went, I actually was on a dirt bike earlier in my lifetime when I was like in high school, and I never rode after that again. So long story short, it was the second day. Now when I was riding, I didn't have no permit or anything. I didn't have no permit at all. I was just riding the bike. But the crazy part is I wouldn't get stopped by cops because like I wasn't really doing crazy stuff. I wasn't really speeding. So that was the crazy part about it. So second day, I was supposed to get up early at 6 a.m. to noon, and I didn't go to sleep because I was too nervous about the test. I started watching videos. Plus for the weekend it sucked because it was raining non-stop, so we had to take the riders course in the rain, floods and all. Like they wouldn't cancel it, so we had to take it in the rain. Plus this is when it was freezing, so it was freezing outside at the same time. So I'm riding there, a car passes me up, speed limit is 55, but I'm doing 60, everyone else is doing like 75. The car, I wasn't paying attention, it almost cut me off. And then long story short, what's it called? Long story short, hold on, let me get past this area right here. So let's see, let me make sure. Okay, so long story short, it was raining. Now I have to go on a turn. I'm supposed to counter steer. At this time, I didn't know anything about counter steering at all. I didn't know anything about counter steering. I literally just tried to go on a turn. I went off the turn, and the whole bike fell on the side. I flipped over a couple times. Lucky for me, I had my helmet and my body armor. I had gloves, but I did have sneakers on, and now I wear boots. My mom was behind me, so she was freaking out because she didn't want me to get a bike anyway. She was all for the Guam. It was just the sport bike in general she didn't want me to get. My dad rides, so anyway, back on track. So it fell on the side. My whole left side of the fairing was crashed, but it was so funny, like, plus my knee and my elbow my whole left side was bleeding. But I was so focused on trying to get to the test still. I didn't even care about my bike being crashed. I still tried to ride it there. That was the most funniest thing. I literally still tried to ride it there. But yeah, that's how I crashed. The bike was messed up. Of course, my dad was home. We towed it home. I practically learned my lesson right there, not to do that again. I practically was rushing things, and the crazy part is I honestly think I would have passed it, because I don't know, the MSF course, if you've already been riding, it is actually extremely easy. It literally feels easy. Like, if you've been on a dirt bike before, I feel like you're gonna have a pretty good time at it. But practically, that's how I crashed. We went on vacation to Vegas. I ordered parts and everything. Like, I think out of everything I ordered, it all came up to maybe $400 or $500 for the fairings, the bolts, the screws, the new shifter, the clutch, everything I needed. It all was about $500. So everything was good. Even when I saw LED lights, at that, I think, about $500. Bike was fixed up, brand new. I felt like I went to MMI afterwards because I didn't have no one other than my dad and YouTube to put it back together. So now, look at the bike. The bike is amazing now. I like practically baby this bike now. I thought about getting some crash bars, but I was all like, I don't know about that. I don't know about getting crash bars. I'm not really trying to stunt the bike. I thought about doing wheelies, but then I'm like, I don't know. I probably won't get no crash bars. So I'll probably wait to do that. But yeah, that's how I crashed. But the second time I went, I was ready. I think I went back to that safety course maybe 3 months afterwards, and I was able to do it flying colors way easy. Now, the one thing about that course, I may have to ride up there, because if you go there during the week and not on the weekend, you can use the course anytime. The box where you have to do like a little figure eight, it was the hardest thing ever, and I couldn't do it. No one really could do it. I think there was like maybe one guy and one girl that was able to do it one time, and they couldn't do it after that anymore. And but lucky for us, they said that you don't really need to learn the box. Well, that I know of on the Casa Grande one, the MSF course, Arizona, I believe is Arizona MSF or something like that. You don't really need to know how to use the ride in the box. So it was just an exercise, they call it. But other than that, the test was literally like 4 or 5 exercises. So one of the tests was, you're going on a turn. I meant to say a curve, but you're going on a turn. You have to slam on brakes, and you have to practically hold a clutch in and slam on brakes. Then the other one is, you're going in first, second, third gear, flooring it, and they tell you when they throw your hand down, they throw their hand, and when they throw their hand, you have to slam on brakes. Then the third one was a U-turn. The fourth one was stopping at a red light or a stop sign and turning. And then I want to say there maybe was 5, or did I say 4? I don't know, I lost count. But then the last one they had was, you practically have to turn your neck and you're going on a turn. That's practically it. That's the whole test. And I actually recommend, like, if I find someone who wants to take that to practice it, I recommend, like, I don't know where the other ones are because they're all around the valley in Arizona, but Casa Grande, I could totally ride there and show you guys where it is, but that's practically how I crashed and how I fixed it up. And now I just love this bike now. I love it. But other than that, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go. Peace out and bye.